Alright guys, a lot of you guys don't know me, but my name's Chris. I've been trading for about 2 months now. I've been on and off, going live and on demo, but I've been studying a lot, and I have some cool information for you guys in terms of just stuff that will help you study, stuff you should be studying, and like basically like the good fundamentals you need for trading. I'm also going to be covering Fibonacci's, just like basic stuff. The ABCD. Someone wanted for me to go over that. I'm not like an expert on that because I'm actually learning that right now, but I can give you like the gist of what they're talking about, and it has to do with Fibonacci as well. So they go hand in hand. Risk management. That's just like not blowing your account, or how not to. A Forex success journal. I'm going to be covering that as well. Back testing, which is pretty cool, and just like branding and business. Like if you guys are like into like, I don't know, just any kind of business concepts. I'm going to go over some like cool stuff as well. I think that's it. So I'm just going to get right into it. One second, guys. All right. Hey, Arkel, can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to go over, actually I'm just going to go over some really basic stuff. I don't know like how new you guys are, but I'm going to try to cover some stuff. There are other webinars that I have recorded, or Arkel does, that go over some basics, but yeah, I'm going to try to cover just some basic stuff here. So there's different kinds of, there's trends in a market. Markets go from down or lows to highs and highs to lows. So uptrend or downtrend, depending on what you're looking at. So like if we were to look at this right here, this is a downtrend. And this right here is actually called a ranging market. And what ranging means is there's no real downtrend or uptrend. It just kind of bounces back and forth, as you can see. Yeah, really messy. Yeah, it's ugly. You don't want to trade that. I'm actually going to go into Paint real quick. It'd be easier to show you guys. All right, so I'm basically going to cover uptrends and downtrends. You probably heard this term lower lows, higher highs, all that other crap. That basically just is how to determine if a trend is going up or down. So I'm just going to draw it out for you. So basically, when a trend is, say a trend's going up, and then it comes back down, and goes back up, passing here, see right here, now it's considered an uptrend. Down, up, this is considered an uptrend because it has higher highs and higher lows. This is the low, this is a high, this is a high, this is a low. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I know when they teach price action, a way to determine if the market is still going up is, if you guys know about support and resistance, right here, when a market reverses, let's see if I can do it. When a market reverses and goes down and then reverses right here and goes back up, right here, there's resistance because the market went up, couldn't break through this form of resistance and went back down. So this line, you can actually draw a line and trend line all the way across here. So say, for instance, like this right here, this doesn't exist yet. So you notice the market's going down, and then it hits some kind of support and starts going back up. So you'd be looking for either it to reverse here and go back down off this form of resistance, or a big candle will break through this this resistance right here and continue to go up. And it's usually a big candle that breaks through support and resistances. It needs like a lot of force to push through the ceiling, so to speak. Anyways, it goes back up, and then the same thing here. It'll go down or up, reverse, forms a resistance, goes down, bounces off the support, and then reversal pattern, and then it'll go up. And then once it breaks that resistance, you know that it's going to continue to go up. So that's like, it's just simple uptrend. Same thing goes for downtrend as well. So for instance, if I were to do this, same thing applies. You have your high right here, and then it swings down to a low, creates a low, and then it goes up and doesn't actually break past anything. It doesn't exceed this. So this is called a retracement, a pullback, and then it'll go back down. Like so for instance here, you can draw a support. Since it hit here, reversed, you found your support. It starts going back up, find some kind of resistance. The resistance could be made from this other structure here. This could be a form of resistance, or from other things like Fibonacci that I'll get into a little bit later. But this basic idea is you have a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower low, lower low. Basically, very simple stuff. It's just to accurately determine if the market's going up or down. So, for instance, say the market's going down, and it hits some kind of support, goes up, goes down, again, breaking that support, going down for the downtrend, and then it goes up and doesn't exceed, and exceeds this. Say it breaks through here. And it's always good to draw trend lines too, on like structures right here on the top of the structure. And then that way you're able to determine, like what's going on in the market basically. And you're also going to have trend lines. Say for instance, there's a peak over here. You'd have a trend line, going diagonally too. But the idea is to just determine what's going on. So it drops, it breaks through this trend line, and then exceeds this high right here. Then you're either looking for, you're just basically looking for it to continue to go up when that happens. And there's other things that go into it, like Fibonacci, that'll determine how far it'll go, where the next resistance will be, because there's going to be resistances all throughout the charts. So, yeah, that's why Fibonacci is really a powerful tool. Price action is great, I love it, but Fibonacci is a little bit more in depth. It is a little bit more complex, but it does really help you determine where the market's going to stop, where to put your take profit and stuff like that. But that's just the basic. That would be the downtrend, and then going up for an uptrend. Yeah. And It's gonna show some other stuff.
So, Chris.
Yeah.
The picture that you drew, the first one. I'm looking at the chart, the Euro USD right now. It looks the same what you're doing.
Really?
Yeah, look at it. If you look at it right now at the 5 minutes chart, the 5 minutes time frame, it looks the same. Five minutes.
Are you talking about this?
Yeah. It looks almost the same.
Yeah. So you can see it's going downtrend. Whoa, what's going on? So we have a market high right here. It's the weekly high. Let me zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, if you go up to like a close view, there you go. See? You had it.
So right here is the weekly high, and you can tell as it goes down, it has a retracement, pulls up, doesn't exceed this over here, and then obviously it's going down. And then it breaks the support right here. Let me draw. I like to draw two trend lines. It forms kind of a zone, formed at the wick and at the candle as well. So it kind of creates a resistance zone, because resistance is not exact. It's more of a zone. It's about finding commonalities in the marketplace, finding those resistance spots where the market's going to have a hard time breaking through. In this support, my bad, that's support right here. But it hit support, rised, it's hit resistance right here, dropped, and then took a big candle to break that support right here. It goes down, big candle, rises up, and then as of right now, as you can see, it has not broken. This has not broken this structure right here. It has not gone. If it went past, then we'd be looking for an uptrend.
Yeah, but it didn't break, so it's going down.
Right. So, yeah, as of right now, it doesn't look going down. Definitely. Yeah, so high, lower high, lower high. You got a low, lower low, and then we'll see how it plays out. I'm not going to try to make any kind of estimate, but we're going to see how this market plays out. I usually don't even look at the 5-minute chart. It's way too, what's the word? It's too quick. You want to look at the minute 30 hour chart. Those are the solid ones to look at, because then you can really understand what's going on. This is crazy. How many pips is that?
What, over 1,000, I think?
That was 445 pips. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, let me see. All right, I'm going to kind of go over just basic risk management, how not to super impulsive and blow your account. I'm not going to go over technical stuff like trailing stops or where to put your stop losses, but I'm just going to basically give you the lowdown as to what you shouldn't be doing. So I know a lot of you get your alerts from Ocean Sky, and I know a lot of people are super anxious. You get an alert, you're like, okay, I'm getting in right now. You really got to do your own analysis, though. Ocean Sky is trying to teach you guys how to be able to make educated decisions on his trades as well. He even states in the descriptions, like, don't take this if this happens, you know, wait a couple of hours, wait until the session starts, wait, you know, like, he'll give out alerts at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but that won't play out, you know, it won't play out until 11, you know, for me anyways, at Pacific Standard Time. So like when you get into these trades early before the market sessions, you're just kind of like wasting your time. You know, it's just going to go up and down. It's just going to consolidate. It's weird that that's really weird. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, it's just you guys can't be getting these trades like super early. And with that being said, you guys got to learn how to not follow or chase the trade, so to speak. Say, for instance, I'm just going to give it a very vague example of what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, you guys see this box right here?
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you an example of like what not to do. A lot of people say, for instance, you're getting into a trade, you do your analysis or whatever, or someone else gives you an alert, and the idea is to get it. Say they say get in right here. Actually, they say to get in right here. This is their estimate. Some of you will start placing buys, for instance. The alert says to place a buy. So you place buys, you may go into debt a little bit, but then you see it starts going up, you start making money, and then you like start like placing more freaking buys. And that's like literally like the worst thing you can do because you're like setting up bad habits for yourself. If you keep doing this stuff, and like if the trade, a lot of the time, like you'll place buys way too, some people will get in too late, and when you keep doing this, you'll wind up placing buys like over here and stuff, and it just like throws you off. You know, obviously this is like a really prime example. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but say for instance you have like a buy up here, you know, you miss this completely, you get in over here, you go up, and you know, then you start like losing money. It's like the idea with like behind trading is quality, not quantity. So don't try and like find a bunch of trades to get into because you're just wasting your time. Like, what's the purpose of getting into like 10 trades when you can get into one good trade? You know, 10 subpar trades or like one really good trade. See, the idea behind it is to find one or two really good trades and place a comfortable lot size on there. Instead of like doing like 10 trades at 1 cent trades, do a 10-cent trade and find one of them, you know, like, because you're going to wind up like spreading your equity all over these different charts. You're not going to be able to like keep up. You might like forget to put a stop loss on all those charts. And then say, for instance, you know, you have all these buys up here and like you had buys on other charts, but you didn't put your stop loss because you're too busy looking at all these charts and taking alerts from other people. And then it like starts going down and you just like lose or blow your entire account because you tried to bite off more than you can chew. And that's the thing with trading. You guys really need to like learn to like just take it easy, you know, take it one step at a time. And I'm going to kind of go into like for what a Forex success journal is. It sounds kind of lame, but it's like super legit. For those of you who are like pretty consistent, I don't know if like any of you guys are like really consistent traders or you have like wins and losses, but the idea is to track like your progress. The idea is to track like how far along you're coming, or like some of you have goals, like you want to like quit your job, you want to like get like a certain amount of money in your account. Well, you should like put those goals on the paper, so it's not just like some intangible idea, but it's actually on a piece of paper, and then kind of track like where you want to be. Like Ocean Sky gives alerts like every day. So I know you guys are making money from them. If you're taking them, like if you're like listening to the alerts and like doing your own analysis and stuff, you guys should be making like at least a decent amount of money. Even if it's like 1 cent loss, make like $5 or $6 off a trade. But the idea is to compound your account. A lot of people get greedy. They see a little bit of money, and then they start like just placing trades like crazy, and like they wind up losing their money. But like that's not the idea. The idea is to, it's daily goals. Set like a pip amount. I'm just gonna kind of draw it out for you actually. Oh, hold on. 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna try to do it in Paint, but so basically, like the idea is to just set a goal, like a daily goal or a trade goal. So for instance, I know like some of these trades you'll catch like 100, 300 pips, right? And that's okay to do that. Like I'm not like bagging on people who do that, but it's kind of risky because the higher up you go, like a lot of you guys, like you're not even like you guys like sleep on your trades. I know, like I do. I sleep on my trades. I don't like stay up and watch them usually.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes.
Yeah, I can't really watch them just because it bugs me because like I'll see me lose money, then I'll make money. I just go to bed because I always wake up with profit, but most of the time I have woken up to an empty account before, which is sad, but it happens. That's just from irresponsibility. Didn't place a stop loss. But basically, like I'll just give you an example of like how you should set up like some kind of trading journal. Just have like a daily amount of pips you want to catch. So for instance, I do 20 pips. That doesn't seem like a lot. So 20 pips, it's not a lot at all. This is basically like going to hold you accountable for your trades as well. You're going to have like a sheet in front of you now, and you print it out, and basically, I forgot to put one thing. And it's basically just going to like hold you accountable. Like you say you start with $100 in your account, and you're only going to use like a 2 cent lot. At 20 pips, that's
20 cents.
That's $4, I think.
No, 20 cents.
Huh?
Oh, 0.2?
Sorry, 20.2 times 20 is $4.
Oh yeah, $4.
Yeah, so like because I only do 20 pips. I recommend you guys do the same. Like even if Ocean Sky's like this is gonna catch 60 pips, you guys like gotta get like this through your heads that be really conservative with your trading. That way you're not like risking. I mean, sure, if you're like it like builds habits. So like this is a really good habit. That way, I don't know. It's just a good thing to do. It's hard to explain, but like I do 20 pips, which isn't a lot. I mean, you can do like 30 or 40, but it really truly depends on the trade. I just like keeping it consistent at 20. Because think of it this way: like if you build your account, the idea is to build your account. You make $4, and slowly you start making like $6 as like you increase your lot size. The idea is to increase your lot size, not your pip amount. Because when you increase the amount of pips you're trying to catch, that increases your risk a lot. But you keep your pips small, enter the trades, do your analysis on these trade alerts, then when you enter these trades and you catch 20 pips, you're out. You're already out. You already have your profit. You're done. You're stress-free. You go about your day, or you're already asleep. But there's times when the market will say, for instance, there's a buy here. The market was going down. Ocean Sky says, or whoever says to buy right here. And you have your take profit, let's say 40 pips. This is 40 pips up from where they said where you entered your trade on a buy. And here's where I would get out at 20. There are times, and your stop loss is usually 10 to 15, sometimes 20 pips below where you entered your buy. That's your amount of risk. I guess we'll just cover that too. Let's say your stop loss is negative 20 pips, meaning minus 20 pips from right here. That's your stop loss, meaning like this keeps you from losing all your money. So basically the market, there are times, this is why I do 20 pips, where 20 pips is really safe. So it goes up and boom, I'm already out of my trade. I'm already made my money, I'm happy. But say for instance it goes up here, and here's your take profit, right? But instead it goes back down, or just kind of consolidates. It doesn't do much until the next day. Let's say this is the next day. Like here you are, you made like no money. Maybe we made like a couple bucks, and that does happen. It happens like all the time. It happens to traders all the time because they try to catch as many pips. So the idea is to minimize that by reducing your amount of pips you're trying to catch, but increase your lot size. So like if say you have a 1 cent lot and you're trying to catch 40 pips, I would just have a 2 cent lot and try to catch 20 pips. Same difference. They both equals the same amount of money. So that's the idea.
Okay, so I got a question. Okay, let's say, you know how Rizzo was like, on the EURUSD, sell on 1.0970. So if you say 20 pips, what number would that be?
Just add, what was the number again?
1.0970.
Hold on. Sorry.
1.0970. Yeah.
20 pips would be 1990.
Oh,
Or are you talking about just so if this was a buy, say for instance he says to buy at 1.0970,
yeah,
20 pips would be 1.0990, and then your stop loss would be